Thanksgiving turkey is not just food, it's the centerpiece of your entire holiday. It's the moment everyone waits for, the dish people remember, and the one mistake that can quietly ruin the whole table. Every year, millions of families walk into stores believing all turkeys are basically the same. Same bird, same taste, same result. That belief is wrong, and it's why so many Thanksgiving dinners end with dry meat, greasy pans, and forced smiles. Behind the packaging, the labels, and the familiar brand names, there's a massive quality gap most shoppers never see until it's too late. Today, we re-exposing where you should never buy your Thanksgiving turkey and the 5 places that actually deliver birds worthy of your holiday table. Worst number 1. Target wants you to believe they're good, and Gather Turkey is a premium holiday upgrade. The packaging is clean. The branding feels modern and careful. It's positioned as the smart middle ground, better than basic grocery store turkey without Whole Foods prices. For busy families, it looks like the safe choice. It isn't. The biggest problem starts with industrial basting. These turkeys are injected with a solution of water, salt, and phosphates before they ever reach the shelf. This process can increase the bird's weight by up to 8%, which means you're literally paying turkey prices for salt water. On paper, this is sold as moisture enhancement. In reality, it destroys texture. That rubbery, bouncy bite people complain about? That's not bad cooking. That's phosphate-altered muscle fibers. Instead of natural juiciness, you get meat that feels closer to processed deli turkey than a roasted holiday bird. Flavor is muted, overly salty, and flat because the injection masks how bland the turkey actually is. The sourcing doesn't help. These birds come from conventional industrial farms, raised fast in crowded conditions. While growth hormones are technically illegal in poultry, rapid growth practices and routine antibiotic use create turkeys that reach market size in 6 to 8 weeks, compared to 16 to 20 weeks for naturally raised birds. Faster growth means less developed muscle, less flavor, and more need for chemical help. Target markets this turkey as premium. Premium meat shouldn't need chemical assistance just to taste acceptable. When a holiday centerpiece relies on injected solutions to compensate for poor farming, that's not convenience, that's cost-cutting wrapped in clean design. For Thanksgiving, Target's turkey isn't terrible because it's cheap. It's terrible because it pretends to be something it isn't. Worst number 2. Kroger positions itself as America's dependable neighborhood grocery store, the place families trust for weekly shopping and holiday essentials. Their whole frozen turkeys look traditional, affordable, and safe. For many households, grabbing a Kroger turkey feels automatic. That's exactly the problem. Kroger's turkey issue isn't one specific flaw, it's wild inconsistency. Some customers report perfectly fine birds. Others discover something far worse. Reviews repeatedly mention black or green mold inside fully thawed turkeys, even when stored and handled correctly. That's not normal spoilage. That's a processing or packaging failure. When mold develops inside sealed poultry under proper storage conditions, it points to contamination long before the turkey reached the freezer. That means quality control broke down somewhere between slaughter and packaging, and no amount of careful cooking can fix that. This inconsistency turns your Thanksgiving turkey into a gamble. You might get an acceptable bird, or you might unwrap a disaster hours before dinner when replacement options are limited or gone entirely. For the most important meal of the year, that risk is unacceptable. At mid-tier pricing, Kroger offers bottom-tier reliability. You're not paying discount prices for a known compromise? You're repaying normal holiday prices for uncertainty? Kroger banks on the fact that most customers won't return a turkey during the holiday rush, even if something feels off. Thanksgiving isn't the time for roulette. A store that can't guarantee basic safety and consistency has no business supplying your holiday centerpiece. Worst number 3. Honeysuckle White. Honeysuckle White has been around since 1949. For decades, the name signaled reliability. When you see it stacked high at Walmart every November, it feels like a safe, familiar choice, especially for families shopping on a tight budget. Unfortunately, that trust is no longer earned. The most common complaint about honeysuckle white turkeys sold at Walmart is extreme greasiness. Not a little fatty, but overwhelming pan-flooding grease that ruins roasting, gravy, and side dishes. Customers describe having to skim layers of fat just to make the turkey edible, with some saying the grease smell alone spoiled the meal. This isn't a cooking mistake, it's a production problem. Excessive grease points to poor fat distribution and low-quality birds bred for rapid growth rather than flavor or structure. These turkeys are often raised quickly, processed aggressively, and pushed to market with minimal attention to balance between meat and fat. The result is a bird that melts into oil instead of roasting into a centerpiece. When a turkey produces more grease than usable drippings, you're not buying premium poultry. You're buying an industrial fat delivery system. What makes this worse is consistency. Review after review uses the same language. Never again. Inedible. Ruined Thanksgiving. That kind of consensus doesn't come from bad luck. It comes from a systemic quality issue. Honeysuckle White relies heavily on its long-standing reputation while delivering a product that no longer matches the name. Walmart's scale and cost pressure amplify the problem. Quality takes a backseat to volume. And families pay the price on Thanksgiving Day. A holiday turkey should roast golden, carve cleanly, and taste like turkey, not leave your kitchen swimming in grease. Honeysuckle White at Walmart fails that basic standard, making it one of the worst places to buy your Thanksgiving turkey. Best number: :1: Aldi doesn't usually come to mind when people think of a great Thanksgiving turkey. It's known for low prices, not holiday centerpieces. That's exactly why Aldi's Never Any turkey shocks so many first-time buyers in a good way. This turkey breaks one of the biggest problems in modern poultry: chemical dependency. The Never Any line is raised with no antibiotics, no added hormones, no steroids, and no artificial ingredients. That already puts it ahead of most mass-market turkeys, which rely on drug-heavy industrial farming to keep birds alive in crowded conditions. What matters most is the result on your plate. Aldi's turkey roasts clean and predictable. The meat stays moist without turning rubbery, and the fat renders normally instead of flooding the pan. It tells you the bird grew at a more natural pace, developing real muscle instead of watery mass. Consumer Reports ranked Aldi's Never Any turkey as one of the best value turkeys in America, beating several more expensive competitors. That's not marketing, that's blind testing. Some shoppers note a slightly more gamey flavor compared to ultra-processed grocery store birds. That's not a flaw. That's what actual turkey tastes like when it's masked by salt injections and phosphates. The price makes this even more impressive, typically landing around $1.50 per pound. Aldi delivers cleaner sourcing at a lower cost by cutting advertising, fancy packaging, and brand inflation, not by cutting food quality. If you want a turkey that doesn't rely on chemicals, doesn't gamble with consistency, doesn't punish your budget, Aldi's Never Any turkey is one of the smartest Thanksgiving buys you can make. It proves that great holiday food doesn't have to be expensive. It just has to be honest. Best number 2. Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's approaches Thanksgiving turkey very differently than big grocery chains, and that difference shows the moment you cook it. Trader Joe's all-natural brine turkey is designed for one thing: removing risk from the most important meal of the year. Unlike industrial basted turkeys injected with phosphates and mystery solutions, Trader Joe's uses a simple, controlled brine: salt, water, and aromatics. No chemical texture modifiers, no artificial moisture retainers. The goal isn't to inflate weight, it's to season the meat evenly from the inside out. That's why this turkey consistently comes out juicy without being spongy, tender without falling apart, flavorful without heavy seasoning. One of its biggest advantages is that it's usually sold fresh, not frozen. That eliminates thawing disasters, uneven defrosting, and the clock-watching panic that ruins so many Thanksgivings. You bring it home, prep it, and cook it. No 3-day fridge math required. Customers plan around this turkey every year. That alone tells you something. People don't rearrange holiday schedules for mediocre food. Another key detail: labeled transparency. Trader Joe's clearly states what S in the bird and what isn't. No antibiotics, no added hormones, minimal processing. What you taste is turkey, not saline. The brining also makes this bird forgiving. Even slightly overcooked, it stays moist, a lifesaver for home cooks who don't roast turkeys every week. That reliability is why this turkey has near cult status among regular Trader Joe's shoppers. Pricing lands in the mid-range, but the value is exceptional when you factor in No waste from excessive purge, no ruined bird from dryness. No emergency gravy cover-ups if you want a turkey that just works, tastes great, and won't sabotage your holiday. Trader Joe's all-natural brine turkey is one of the safest and smartest choices you can make. It doesn't chase tradition or gimmicks. It delivers results, and on Thanksgiving, that's everything. Best number 3. Butterball has earned its reputation the hard way by being reliably good every single year. While many turkey brands gamble on cost-cutting, Butterball focuses on predictability. Their birds are processed to cook evenly, carve cleanly, and stay tender without needing chemical-heavy injections or gimmicks. That's why nervous home cooks default to Butterball. It's simply dose and tea surprise you in bad ways. Butterball turkeys are known for even fat distribution, no dry breast, plus greasy thighs, problem consistent. Size and shape for predictable cook times, naturally tender texture without rubbery bounce. One of Butterball's biggest strengths is education and support. The famous Butterball Turkey Hotline exists for a reason. Millions of people rely on it because Butterball understands that Thanksgiving stress is real. A company that invests in helping you cook their product correctly is a company confident in what it sells. Unlike heavily basted store brands, Butterball's approach enhances moisture without destroying texture. The result is turkey that slices cleanly instead of shredding or leaking pools of water onto the cutting board. Pricing typically falls between $1 and 50 cents per pound, just slightly higher than bottom-tier grocery birds, but far cheaper than replacing a ruined turkey or apologizing for a dry one. For the most important meal of the year, that small premium buys peace of mind. Butterball isn't trendy, it isn't flashy, it doesn't pretend to be artisanal, it just works. And when a whole table is counting on you, consistency is the real luxury. Best number 4, Sam's Club Sam S. Club surprised a lot of people by becoming one of the most consistently praised Thanksgiving turkeys in recent years, not because of marketing but because of execution. Sam's Club's hickory smoked turkey skips the 2 biggest mistakes most retailers make: over-injecting birds with chemical brine, selling raw turkeys with wildly inconsistent quality. Instead, Sam's Club focuses on preparation technique. These turkeys are fully cooked and externally seasoned, not pumped full of phosphate-heavy solutions. The smoke flavor comes from real hickory smoking, not artificial liquid smoke dumped into a brine. That matters because smoke applied externally enhances flavor without destroying meat texture. The result is a turkey that delivers deep, savory flavor without salt water, tastes firm but juicy texture, not spongy. Not rubbery, consistent results across locations. Customer reviews back this up in a big way. With tens of thousands of reviews averaging near the top of the scale, Sam's Club turkeys routinely outperform grocery store birds that cost the same or more. Another advantage: scale without shortcuts. Sam's Club uses its buying power to demand better prep standards from suppliers. They not trying to make the cheapest turkey, they trying to make a turkey that justifies a warehouse membership, that changes priorities. For hosts cooking for large groups, this turkey is especially valuable. No brining required, no thawing panic. No, hoping the breast doesn't dry out, you reheat, carve, and serve, and it tastes like you worked harder than you did. Sam's Club proves something important. When companies invest in process instead of marketing, even large-scale retailers can deliver holiday food that feels premium. If you want bold flavor, reliability, and zero Thanksgiving stress, this is one of the smartest choices on the table. Best number 5 Costco. Costco doesn't chase trends or holiday hype. That is exactly why Kirkland's signature turkey has become one of the most trusted Thanksgiving choices in America. Costco's advantage is control. Unlike grocery chains that rely on scattered suppliers, Costco uses tight sourcing standards, massive volume contracts, and strict quality requirements. If a supplier can't meet consistency benchmarks, they don't get the contract. Period. That discipline shows up where it matters most: the bird itself. Kirkland turkeys are known for even fat distribution, predictable cooking behavior, and clean flavor. They're not overloaded with chemical brines or phosphate-heavy injections that make meat spongy. Instead, the turkey tastes like turkey, rich, mild, and natural, not salt water pretending to be poultry. Another key difference is reliability. With many grocery store turkeys, you're gambling. One year it's fine, the next year it's dry or greasy. Costco removes that uncertainty. Whether you buy in California, Texas, or New York, the turkey performs the same way. That consistency is priceless when you're cooking the most important meal of the year. Preparation is also refreshingly simple. No complicated brining schedules, no flavor fixes needed. Roast it properly, rest it, carve it, and it delivers. Families consistently describe it as restaurant quality without restaurant stress. Pricing seals the deal. Costco's warehouse model keeps margins low, so you get premium-level quality at prices that often beat grocery store sales. You're not paying for glossy packaging or holiday marketing campaigns. You're repaying for a well-raised, well-handled bird. Kirkland's signature turkey proves a powerful rule. When a company prioritizes member trust over short-term profit, the food gets better. If you want the lowest-risk, highest-confidence turkey for Thanksgiving, the one that almost never disappoints, this is it. Thanksgiving turkey is not just another grocery item. It's the centerpiece, the memory maker. The one dish everyone remembers, for better or worse. What this list proves is simple, but uncomfortable. Where you buy your turkey matters more than how you cook it. No amount of brining, seasoning, or chef tricks can fix a bird that was poorly raised, over-injected or mishandled long before it reached the store. The worst options rely on branding, nostalgia, and convenience, while cutting corners on farming, processing, and quality control. They turn Thanksgiving into a gamble, and when you lose, everyone at the table pays for it. The best options do the opposite. They focus on clean sourcing, consistent standards, and honest preparation. These companies understand that one bad turkey doesn't just ruin dinner, it destroys trust. So before you stress about recipes, thermometers, or cook times, make the right choice at the store. Choose a turkey that respects the holiday, the people at your table, and the money you're spending. Because Thanksgiving only comes once a year, and your family deserves better than turkey roulette.